What's going on, friends? James Nguyen here with Alpha Red Comic Channel. Thank you for showing up. Let me turn on the music so that I don't forget for later. We're doing the dance pop. That's what we're doing today. So let me know if that echoes. But welcome. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the end of the weekend. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend, and we are going to be doing some talking about Captain Falcon Cap. That's it, Falcon Cap. So, did you or did you not go see Falcon Cap? Anybody? We got Zero here in the house, first to show up, even before me. So I appreciate you guys being here. Let's check out the man of the hour. Let's add him to the stage here. Bam! This is what we're going to be talking about. I don't know if anybody went and saw it. It took an 82% drop from last week. Showed up last week. I think it was number one last week. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But I actually showed my son the trailer, and he's like, can we go see that? So I am not hating on it. I like Anthony Mackie, and I like his Falcon. Now, I don't know why they had to make it Captain America, but what's going on, Pong? Happy Sunday to you, sir. And but yeah, that's any thoughts? Anybody go see it? Didn't see Captain America yet. You and a lot of people did not see Captain America yet. So you are not alone. You are in good company, sir. So yeah, we are going to draw Captain America, Brave New World. Let's change this to something else. So just a reminder, guys, that I am still taking orders for the action figures that came last week. So today is the day. There's only one person who put up the money, but you can go to PayPal and drop $50 for one of these and $10 for shipping. And my email address there is jamesqartist@gmail. So just a quick reminder that these awesome figures, and I'll show you right here. Can I do this? Can I show you? Close up, share screen, share window. Where's the window? Boom. Let's do this window. Here we go. Let's share this guy right here. So this is the Alpha Red action figure, and he does actually move. So not a whole lot of articulation, but it is pretty cool to have him in the flesh. The action figure that's available. jamesqartist@gmail.com is DPAL. This is our wingman figure, and he's a big part of Alpha Red number 6, which is also shipping out this coming Saturday. So if you missed the crowdfunder last year, this is when you would pick it up. We are pre-sailing Alpha Red number 6, and this would be the first time that you can pick up the homage cover. This will be the evergreen homage cover, where I had the exclusive homage covers before. So this is going to be the pose. I just sketched it out just to make sure that we got some of the energy that I wanted for the drawing. This was last week's, this Eddie Brock Carnage. I did end up coloring it. It is still available on Etsy if you guys are interested. Actually, I did want to show you the pages for Alpha Red number 7. Present the screen here. I think it's this one. Share it. Kaboom. All right, so I'm just going to do pencils for right now, and then I'll go back. won't talk too much about these pages. And some of you maybe have seen some of these pages. If you dropped in a couple of weeks ago, I try to remember to share these pages just to let you know that Alpha Red is going to be happening for as long as my hands can draw. So this is a new villain. Her name is the Searcher, and she's like an artifact stealing kind of girl. And she's good with the blade. She's good with the whip. Let me see. Kind of makes me want to go. Hang on. Let me go through this a little bit, and then I'll go back to the comments. I apologize. I'm not used to being able to share the comments, so I will go back to that. So that is the Searcher. Has something to do with the dagger and the tablet that she's holding in her hand. And she kicks some butt. She can kick some butt. She can hold her own. And just check out these. I'm so excited to ink these pages and get the story out to you. So, and is this, nope. So page 7 is new from this past week. And I have page 8 too. Like, what's going on? So she whips the dagger out of his hand, and then it comes back, hits her. Blood spills on the tablet, and something happens. What's going to happen? You turn the page, and kaboomski. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. So I hope you guys are excited. I am about sharing this with you guys. Let me switch out the screens again. And then I will read through the comments. Pick this window, share this window. And this is actually page 9. If you wanna check out what's going on with page 9, that the next page after after the guy comes up out of, well, I don't want to spill the beans. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. And then if you follow me on social media, you would have seen me post the inking of page number 1. This is a flashback of how Zed Keel ends up where he ends. And so what I did was I went in and I digitally inked that page. So I just go into Photoshop, and then I use the brush, and then I change the texture of the brush. So I hope you guys that, because I was totally surprised at how awesome that came out. Let's see. So Zero says, kind of makes me want to go watch the first 2 Hulk movies again, right? So I hear it's really a sequel to the Incredible Hulk. The Ed Norton Incredible Hulk is what I heard. Zero also writes, no, I'm not planning on going to see it. I want a good Marvel movie. Like, I like the Marvel movies. They have a special place in my heart because they scratch the itch for so long, and it's a shame to see them doing so bad. So it says, my excuse is that my wife and I are expecting. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Won't be able to see movies in theaters for a while. No, you will not. Zero says, can't be going out to the movies if I'm going to myself an Alpha Red action figure. Amen. Priorities, brother. Priorities. I love it. Funk says, an Alpha Red action figure is like 3 movie missions now. It is expensive, but it's expensive to get it to me, to have it made, and then to ship it to me is I understand that the price is kind of so, but I can't lose money. I can't pay for it to end up at your house. So help me out. So let me put him over there. He's probably gonna fall. He looks like he's teetering. But Ernest is in the house. Ernest says, nice. All right, guys, we are ready to roll. And anybody, so Ernest, are you planning on going out and seeing it? Have you gone out and seen Falcon Cap? Let me kind of move this out of the way of my eye thing here. So I lightly did the thumbnail for this, and this was not based on any pose that I found. Like the last couple of weeks, I've been using a reference from Joe Madureira was the one reference, and then J. Scott Campbell was the Sue Storm reference. But this one, I really wanted to keep this kind of my own as far as the pose. So I don't know exactly what the suit looks like, so I was trying to keep the as many little shorthands that I could when I was drawing this, because I can't immediately switch over to the maybe I can drop this, because that won't drop. Okay, kaboomski, yeah, I can without dropping the thing. All right, so I can see a little bit of this suit, not that it's super important, because really, who's going to watch it? And who's going to care about all these little details, right? So I'm happy about the weather today and yesterday. We got above 30 degrees. Oh, I forgot to show you. I don't know if you guys saw this. Back in this corner here. Uh-oh. What happened to the screen is not playing. Darn it. How about this? Ah, there we go. There we go. I messed it up. Here is the mask from last week. Let me close this down here for a second. Kabamski. And I will show you over here. Look at that. Fantastic. I'm so excited about that, guys. I do have to do some more touch up with the paint to make it look a little bit more weathered, but I'm super excited that I got it painted. How cool is that? Kabamski. All right. So that is the exciting news of the week. I don't know. Did you catch that on YouTube or social media? I tried to post it a bunch of places. I don't want to bombard you with all the fun that I'm having. So this stage of it, I just want to make sure that all the details that I want to include are in here. And then I'll go in and I will kind of light it. I'll put the shadows and stuff in there. So he has this little thin mustache thing, which is what it is. So he reminds me a little bit of a mixture of Iron Man and Captain America. I know he's supposed to be Captain America, but he's got some technology and stuff. That kind of looks Iron Man-ish. And then he also has the Iron Man, the Tony Stark mustache. Mustachio. What do you think? Thank you, Lost Woods. Thank you for the encouragement on the mask. Put it on. Yeah. It does actually fit my face. And that's by accident. Because I have a fat face. And that just means that not many other people will fit. It won't fit many other people's face. Because my fat face fits. So, super excited about that, though, for sure. So, as I'm looking at the shield and where I put the arm, so you're seeing mostly the back or the bottom of his elbow. His elbow would be in here, and then it would cut over, and then you would see the bottom of his fist maybe over here. hopefully I can hide a lot of it back here. And so I won't have to draw too much of it because it gets kind of hairy. And I definitely just want to keep the energy of those. Like he's coming down. And I don't know if you can see it. This is supposed to be the old Red Hulk hand all the way down here. And so I definitely want to make sure that I don't forget it. So we'll just kind of rough that in so that when I come down with his foot here, it will not go into the fist, and then we have to do some erasing. Not that that's the end of the one, because we will have figured it out before we do the inks. I don't know what's going on with it. I know his boots have some kind of design element in them, but not super familiar with it. There's not a whole lot of pictures for them. So, yeah, I'm not a big going to the movies kind of guy anymore. Got out of the habit in 2020 for sure. Not that I did a whole lot of that, because before that, I was in the throes of kids and that kind of thing. All right, so this is really kind of roughing everything into the right place so that we can throw the shadows in and make some dramatic dynamic posing with some dramatic shadows. I hope my little boy here doesn't fall over. I meant to build something a little bit more stable, but I have not yet, and it's in danger of falling over. You know what I just did? I accidentally kind of made the wingman mask. I'm so used to drawing wingman right now, and I accidentally drew him as the wingman mask. Lost Woods. Let me see. 06. For real by next week. Maybe, bro. Maybe. And Lost Woods says, I want one now. That mask took so long to get to me. It looks fantastic now, but it came to me super late. I ordered it in July, and I maybe got it 3 weeks ago. And when it came in, I mean, it was a fight, honestly, to get it to me. It was $180, and it came as let me see if I have it handy. Hang tight. I'm gonna grab this. So this is how it came in, guys. It came in as, let me take this down here. So it came in like this. It was black, and it's nice, super duper nice. But it came in and it's a little too narrow. So when I sent them the picture and the measurements, I was measuring 6 inches from ear to ear. And apparently I should have told them, I should have added an extra 2 inches, because it is 6 inches ear to ear, but it's the outside ear. So like you can't get it on your face, you know? So I had to cut it in half. And then I took some plastic, melted it into the middle, and taped it up and sprayed it up. So, and then super happy about the final product. But it took a while to get here, and I wouldn't want to chance it again. It's not something that I plan on selling or I don't know what I'm planning on doing with it. The idea was to attract people to the table, to my table at conventions. Speaking of, I will be at the Syracuse Collectors Con at the end of next month. I think it is. So that would be the first. It's like the 29th and 30th of March. I don't know how many of you guys are in the central New York area, but that would be awesome if you guys came out. And we could chit chat. It was a really good show last year. It was the initial one, the first one last year. And so I didn't know what to expect, but man, what a great show. Lots of people came out, lots of fans came out. Let me see, what did I miss? Fong says, so what I hear you saying is that you can't go to theaters watch movies after having kids. Yeah, I don't want to wreck your future plans for going to movies, but no, it just is what it is. I do take the kids out to see some movies. We watched the last Spider-Man. I took them to see that. So that was probably the last one we all went out as a family. Except for my wife, she doesn't care for this stuff. Nice drawing. Thank you, Lost Woods. Thank you. Long says, any plans to come out to San Diego Comic-Con? I was thinking about it this year, but maybe, I don't know. It's expensive, as I'm trying to raise money for Alpha Red stuff. The help with Alpha Red, the colorist. I'm going to try to ink it myself, but if I start running out of time, I'd love to bring in JC Grande again. He did such a fantastic job, and I love seeing what he's doing on the tankard, his own creation. It's looking very exciting. Totally 90s image vibe, but all in the best ways. So, and I was totally into that. All right, so we got the pose, right? And I think he's got more like design elements in his costume here, but we won't go too far with that quite yet. Let me see. We'll do the wings up here. I think there's some wing element thing down here. We'll sneak that up there, and it comes down and then kind of fans out like so. Keep it going down there, and then this will be the wing out here. And we'll fan that out over here too. So I don't know what the element up here is. Maybe it fans out. I'm sure it fans out somehow, some way. But we're just gonna make it like so. And you guys will give me grace for not doing it exactly like the movie, because I haven't seen it, and you guys are generous and grace filled. Lost Wood says they got to be Alpha Red to Fortnite. Got to been Alpha Red to Fortnite. I'd love for somebody to do an Alpha Red skin for a Fortnite character. How would that be? I don't know much about video games. Just my hand-eye coordination, if you've ever heard me, is very limited when it comes to video games. So, all right. Are we ready? Are we ready to add the dynamic shadows? I say we are. So anything that in the shadows gets the shadows, right? So you're just hinting at stuff, and you don't necessarily have to get all the pieces in there. But because it's a movie, his outfit's not like super tight. He's not like at least that I've seen. in the comics, like super defined as a suit. So here's where I wanted the light source to be. So I kind of put it in there. That'll be like the sun. So everything will kind of be affected by that light source. So all the highlights will come from this side. Like there'll be a shadow cast right here. The shadow will be cast on this part of his hand right here. But I do want to keep his face pretty untouched by the shadow. I don't want it to be too overwhelming where you lose his face altogether. So we'll make sure that the star sticks out a little bit. I know there's little other design elements in the outfit that go something like that to kind of accent the star, at least to kind of put the star front and center a little bit. So something like that. We'll just make it all dark back there. And hopefully what's going to happen, that you'll see some form start to form. If I'm doing my job right, and you'll see that this part will all be black, and I don't know. Is it what is it about this Captain America that nobody is willing to go out to the theater to see it? Because I know that's what they're hoping. They're hoping that people are so excited to have these movies that you'll go out and see it in the theater. And I know there's controversy about how much money they spent on it because of all the reshoots, and they are pretending like they didn't do any reshoots. But we all know that it was supposed to come out like a year and a half ago, and they said they had to do some reshoots. So what do you think so far here, guys? Is it coming together? Let's see if I'm... Ernest says he's not going to see it because it's not Captain America. That's why. I agree. Zero says I'm not going to go too deep into it on an art channel, but I want to invite you onto the political podcast to talk about it anytime. Oh, the politics of Captain America, the movie. Gotcha. Hey, why not? Let's not do it here. We'll do it down and dirty on your channel, on Zero Right. Funk says, I know that for a while in the comics, Sam Wilson was Captain America for a while. I think he is currently the Captain America in the Marvel comics, if I'm not mistaken. I do not pick them up, but I think what I'm told, what I hear from like Thinking Critical and some of those guys, I think Sam Wilson's been Captain America for the last decade almost. So I don't know that to be a fact because I just don't pick up Captain America, and I don't pick up that book. So I don't want to say that they are automatically correct, but if that's the case, I mean, that nobody's talking about it and nobody prefers it says a lot. Says a lot. So I'm gonna make sure that shadow is hitting over here too. See if it's hitting there too. I don't know. Is anybody Anybody watching on Facebook? Where are you guys watching it? Like, I think all of the comments are coming from YouTube. Just seeing if it's worth it for me to continue paying for X. I'm thinking that it's not, so I'm probably gonna drop that $11 a month that I've been paying for 4 or 5 months. I don't get on social media very much. I get on because I have to, because I want to. I want to connect with you guys for sure, because I want you guys to know about Alpha Red. But for the most part, I am a bit creating stuff. And I wish that I could afford a media person who would just push stuff out. I would post it on one thing, and then they would just push it out on all the other stuff. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? I know he gets some Wakandan. Sam Wilson gets some Wakandan technology to kind of enhance him. But when I was collecting references for this, it looked like, the football playbooks that the quarterbacks would have. It's like this big, and they just flip it open, and it has all the plays and stuff. That's all it looked like. So, did not look very high tech. Let me know if I'm misremembering it or describing it. Let me see if I missed. Got some new guys in here. Let's see. I know. Yep, I got that. Raging Gill versus E-Bike says it's the cap that's in the comics. See? Yep. So that's what they're doing with the comics. But Steve Rogers is like the iconic identity for Captain America. So that was one of the discussions that people were having. I said, is Captain America a mantle? Is it like a title? Or is it just Steve Rogers? There's no other Captain America other than Steve Rogers. Can you just pass that mantle on? And a lot of people are saying no. They like Captain America as Steve Rogers. And you can have Falcon. You can change his name, Captain Falcon, Falcon America, whatever. But Captain America is Steve Rogers. So Fong says, I would want to listen to that political podcast of James chiming in on Captain America. We shall see. I don't have that many thoughts about that. There's symbology in everything, and some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it hits people in different ways. So my stuff is very empathetic to all sides. I hate being a fence sitter, but that's where I land on most things. So Raging Gill versus E-Bike says, if it was such an issue, why not complain about the comics then? Right. Well, in the comics, I think most people just don't buy it. They complain about it. Like, if you don't like it, you don't buy it. That's what I do. That's how I choose to. I don't have to complain about it because I don't love Captain America that way. Like, I'm not passionate about Captain America, and I'm not passionate about Falcon, so it doesn't matter to me. If it was drawn and written by somebody that I liked, I might pick it up just to see what the buzz is about, if there was buzz about it. But for me, not that big a deal. That's why. So Zero says, X is tricky. Never really been able to make any kind of real traction there, especially after the rebranding. Yep, I get that too. I'm new to X. That's when I jumped on last year to push out Red, jumping on social media. I mean, a lot of people were saying that you got to get on X. That's where everybody is. And I did find that I got a little bit of traction but not a whole lot. All right. Are we ready for the fun to begin? Are we ready for the inks? I know this is kind of the angle of this is kind of weird. So this is more of the, let's see if I can get it level with it. So looks a little funky, but we're gonna go and lean into it. Let's see, I'm looking for a smaller brush. I thought I had all the brushes out, but I do not. Should have been more prepared. I apologize. Here it is. Not too far. Not too far. So, actually, I should use a mechanical pen for his face, just because I don't want to mess it up. I probably won't mess it up. Yeah, I'm wasting time. We're just going to jump in with this brush pen. More of a harder nib on this brush pen, so it gives me a kind of a smaller line when I go to the softer nib pen. It'll give me a fatter line faster. So I just have to, it'll still give me a really thin line if I really concentrate. But when I do this, I try to go a little bit faster so I don't take the time to think too much about the pressure that I'm putting down. And you gotta get the face right. Yeah, if you don't get the face right, the whole thing kind of falls apart. So, and I'm trying to do it with some energy too. So that is something that I struggle with because I'm used to kind of doing things with like a nice smooth line. But with this, I want to add the energy so that it's just not a stale image, that's all. And I think you can tell if someone is taking too long with certain lines, you just lose that energy. So I want to be taking little smaller, quicker lines when I'm doing this, so that it doesn't feel like I'm thinking about it too much. So I want to keep that light source. See that? I don't know if you guys can see the fake sun that I don't think I will ink. But, all right. So I'll still keep using this to kind of do what I did initially to capture the anatomy, make sure all the body parts are in the right place. Parts of the costume are they're there. Sometimes I forget costume elements, and that's always hard to try to go back and retro fix parts of the costume if you goof up like big time. See, so I'm gonna do that's gonna be a big black shadow there, so I'm not gonna spend too much time there. Just kind of outlining those things to make it look like, to remind myself, actually, just kind of shorthand to not forget the costume elements. And like I said in the beginning, I don't really know what most of his costuments are. His costume is relatively new, even in this iteration of it. I think he gets a new costume because it was more of the blue and white one when it was a TV show, and now it's like the Cap, the legitimate Cap costume. Yeah, so these when you're doing the inking, it's like you got to make that decision, and whatever sticks, you got to own it, and just go with it. And if you messed up, then you messed up, and hopefully people don't give you too hard a time about it. So I don't know what's going on behind here. I'm sure he has the backpack where the thing comes out of, and I did not put that in the pills, but as I think of it, I'll just slap it in. And if you get that that's the backpack, then fantastic. If you don't, then you don't. You try to add as many details as you can remember, and you hint at everything. But if you don't, I don't think it's the end of the world. Unless Falcon Cap is your favorite, and this movie is your favorite movie, then you might give me a hard time. But I think for the most part, people are going to be forgiving. And I don't even know if these lines are part of it. I just know that they're not straight up and down like Cap's was in the beginning, because his became a design too. It was not completely straight, except for in the front, I think. So you'll come in here like this, and this is rendering. It's what this is called when you're transitioning from like a dark shadow into the light. So this will be black, that'll be black. This I can just probably color in black there. And so this part here is supposed to be the red part, whereas the white part here, I'll put very little line work, just to maybe show the movement of whatever the material is. And then down here, you might want to throw in some lines just to kind of hint at the form. But this is where the red would be, the red of his costume, the stripes coming down. So that's where I want that. That's why I'm doing that. And then I know that there are some elements that kind of push down towards the middle here. Then I know that I'm going to make this black, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. So like, I know in my head what I'm going to do. So it's hard to be able to say it while I'm doing it every time. But for the most part, I have an idea in my mind what kind of rendering I'm going to use for each area. And you want to be kind of hinting at certain parts of the costume being different materials and stuff. So you don't want to do it all exactly the same way, because it just gets visually boring, especially when you know that his suit is not all the same material. So let me switch to a thicker one. We're at 8:46. So we got about 15 minutes here. Can I do it? I finish it in 15 minutes. Guys, if you're not subscribed yet, I would appreciate that you would consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 300. I was trying to get to 300 2 weeks ago. Obviously didn't happen, but 300 is such a good round number. I think I was at 289 when we started. So I don't know where we're at now, but hit that like button if you want to support guys like me, independent guys who are trying to get people to put some eyeballs on my work, and maybe give my independent comic book a try. Alpha Red is the name of my comic. That's the name of the channel, the Alpha Red Comic Channel. So I appreciate you guys. Let me see if I missed any comments. Let's go. See, it's the Cap in the comics. Yep, I read that. But Steve Rogers is kind of, yep. And then Fong says, I will want to listen to that. Raging Gill versus E-Bike says, if it was such an issue, yep. We would complain about it in the comics, yep. Zero says, it's tricky. Never really been able to make any kind of real traction there. Oh, that was the X saying, most of the people complaining about Captain America don't even read the comics. True. I would agree with the complaints if it wasn't true to the comics. Yeah. Well, I think what some people do, what it feels like the editors are doing is they'll make a story, and even if it doesn't sell in the comic books, they'll put it in the movies because they want the message or whatever. They're trying to push the agenda. And what the complaint is that it wasn't popular in the comics, so it shouldn't warrant being in the movie. So I think that is the argument. Crazy John is in the house. What's going on, Mr. OSH Radio? Happy Sunday to you, sir. Lost Wood said, that looks so good. Thank you, bro. No, it looks amazing. Thank you for your kind words. So we will continue to add some contrast and energy to this picture. So that's really what it comes down to. Like when you're trying to make a compelling image, contrast has a lot to do with it. And every artist does it just a little bit different. So not everyone's style lends itself to getting a bunch of contrast in, but those artists rely on the colorists to make the image more dynamic, to add more of a dynamic visual aspect to it. Where if you're thinking about just creating it in black and white, I don't know, for me, I respect that a little bit more, even though I understand how hard it is to make a compelling image without using shadows, without using a lot of contrast, because that's the other side of the coin, where I see, guys like Dan Mora on Superman. Is he on Superman? Or he has a really good open style. He does use like the sharp blacks and stuff to create some of that dramatic shadow, but by and large, I feel like his style is more open, and so there's a reliance on the colorist to kind of finish the picture for you, or to add that extra dimension. And DC can afford to pay for really good color artists, and that's really what they are. They're also artists, so they can really lift up even bad, poorly drawn images will look good with the kind of colorist that these bigger companies can afford. All right, let's go back to live. Let's see if I missed anything. Nope, we're good. So we'll go back to this brush pen that is a little stiffer in the nib to get the smaller lines there so that it doesn't fatten out, spread out. Let's see, 8:52 Eastern time. I know some of you guys are West Coast. I don't know what that would feel like to be done with this and then stay up for another 4 hours. Must be nice. Must be nice to watch the Super Bowl and then still get to bed on time. East Coast folks have to stay up. What else is going on out there, guys? Are you guys ready for the week? Did you get a lot done? Are you guys weekend warriors? Do you get a lot done during the weekend? Or is that a time for rest? I feel like I work harder on the weekends than I do during the week, because I'm doing stuff around the house, and then I'm doing stuff for Alpha Red. Weekend warriors? Fong says, do you have any thoughts about the Batman relaunch coming up in September with a new creative team? I know that I really like the blue and gray. I didn't think that I would until I saw it. And I don't know who that artist is, but I guess he's the current artist on the Batman book. So he's staying on, and then Matt Fraction is coming. Matt Fraction, I'm not super familiar with his writing. I know his name because he was on X-Men, I want to say. He was doing work for Marvel. But yeah, I'm excited. I don't know if I'll pick it up just because of money. You know, that's the driving force behind a lot of things, a lot of decisions that I have to make right now is, can I afford another book? I got like my Transformers. That's one of the books that I am excited about reading every month. G.I. Joe number 4 just came out. That was pretty good. Not as good as the first 3, in my humble opinion, but still very good. What else do I pick up? I pick up a book called The Moon is Following Us. The Moon is Following Us. And I pick it up just because the writer of Transformers is the guy who writes and draws that book. And I like his writing so much that I followed him over to a book that I would never, ever pick up, just based on the title alone. Then the artwork is not the traditional kind of artwork that I prefer. It's definitely not superhero art, even though I heard that he's coming to Marvel to do a Wolverine story. I don't know if that's true or not, but Daniel Warren Johnson is his name. And just the storytelling is super good. Dialogue is super good. The stories are compelling. I think he has a human element to it, even with the Transformers. You know, he makes you care about what's going on with these giant transforming robots from another planet. You know, just how they interact with the humans and just all that good stuff. What are you guys reading? I missed some. Okay. Say, Funk says, weekends are for resting and shopping and for groceries. Yeah. My wife does a lot of that during the week. So she does projects around the house, and she wants me to do a lot of projects too. So Lost Wood says, video games without school work for me. Heck yeah. Yeah, do it while you can, my man. Do it while you can. J. Scott says, hey, James, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, J. Scott. Thank you for showing up, man. Drawing looks good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Zero said, I'm late to the party, but I just started reading Batman Justice Buster. Okay, Justice Buster? That's a new one. Way better than Absolute Batman so far. Absolute Batman is just it's like an over-the-top version of Batman, so that's just fun to read. I hear you on the comic book prices. I started collecting comics back when they cost 75 cents a pop. Wow. I think I jumped on when it was 85 cents. So, and then $1 and $1.25 came very shortly after. So, Raging Gill versus E-Bike says the new Thundercats. Yeah, did you like that? I heard that they had awesome covers, but the story was so-so. So I'm glad that somebody's reading it. I heard that Dynamite cares more about the covers than they do for the insides, but I'm glad that you're enjoying that. So did they take it all the way back to Thundera and their journey to Third Earth? Is it Third Earth, or is it just Earth? Am I misremembering my Thundercats lore? Am I missing Thundercats? Is that another one? I keep hearing that Space Ghost is good. That's worth it. That's what I hear. So I don't, for these sketches, I don't typically use a ruler. And I know I've mentioned it before, but when I met Jim Lee in Baltimore in 2008, I won a drawing contest, and you got to meet Jim Lee. And we were sitting around, we're like, well, tell us about how you draw and stuff. And he says that he never uses a ruler. We're like, what? Like, I don't use a ruler. And we thought he was joking, but I think he was serious. Never uses a ruler. So you look at all the buildings that Jim Lee draws, and he just does it by hand. I don't know if you guys watch him on Twitch. Apparently he has a Twitch stream, and I think he maybe posts it on YouTube too, but they're just so long, like hours and hours long. So I can't, I don't sit around for them. But does he ever use a ruler? That would be the place that you'd be able to check up on him to see if he uses a ruler or not. But yeah, fun stuff. All right, guys, it is 9 o'clock. And like I said, if you have not hit the like button yet, I would appreciate it if you did. And if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. And we can have fun like this every Sunday, 8 p.m. We can talk about whatever you want. I mean, we can talk politics if you want. If you want to hate me or try to get me all juiced up. Get people to unsubscribe when I'm trying to hit my 300. Politics is so polarizing, and I have my theory on what hand the media plays in getting us to hate each other because of it. Like, we can't even think about it. Like, let's defend your position, man. And Don't get all loud and crazy on me. Let's just talk it out. And have a beer. If you're a beer person. I am a beer person. I know that some of my Christian brothers don't like Christians drink beer, but I drink beer. That can be a discussion. I don't do it very often, so it's not like I'm either under the table or anything here. Although, no, I'm kidding. Let's see. Let's see what I'm missing. I'm going to read through this and then I'm going to call it quits, guys. So let's see. Space battle. Oh, what am I missing? Okay. Thundercats are on Third Earth. Yeah. My memory's still there, Fall. Thank you for the confirmation. The base battle. Okay, is that where it starts? It starts off with the trek from Thundera. Fong says if they'd cross over with Silverhawks, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Maybe next week we'll do Silverhawks. With that, are you guys into 80s comics? I mean 80s cartoon stuff. Maybe I'll do Thundercats again. I did Panthro a couple of months ago. Watching while I do dishes. Nice. Hey, you gotta get them dishes done. Nice final product. Thank you, Lost Woods. Gary says people are saying that there's leaks about doomsday plot with Sam Wilson, that Sam Wilson dies. Oh, that's not true. That's new. I did not hear that, and I think the people that I heard, they were pretty open with, with how it ends. I think they set him up to be the leader of the Avengers moving forward. That's what I heard. So yes, I forget what we were talking about there. Raging Gill versus D-Bikes. Zero Right says, I like beer, but beer don't like my waistline. Yep. There's a reason why the camera only gets chest up. Brother Zero. Have a nice night. Thank you, Lost Woods. And Gary says they would not kill off Sam Wilson that quickly. If anything, have him retire and give the shield to Bucky. Right? Who it should have gone to the first time. Right? And it says, I like those colors on the Eddie Brock Carnage you did. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, guys, we're just gonna leave it at that. I appreciate you guys being here as always every week. If you haven't already, hit that like button. I am going to reach out to the handful of people who went for this thing here. I'm just going to use this as a thing to plug. Oh man, I don't even have it up. I didn't close it out, did I? There it is. These guys, these action figures are still available. QArtist@gmail.com is the PayPal. They're $50 each and $10 for shipping. You can have. I'm only doing these two guys, Alpha Red and Wingman. Crazy John, I only have one of him, so he's staying with me. And if you get both of them, you just pay the one shipping. So $110 gets you 2 action figures of Alpha Red. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. Every week, 8 o'clock, Sunday night, we do a draw stream. And you let me know what you want to see. Put it in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed the time as much as I did. Until next time, grace. Hang on a second. I can put in the grace. Peace. We're out.
From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart, a beacon of hope. He's ready to start with faith as his armor and a fire in his soul. Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. Red. In a world full guided by God, with strength from above. He battles the darkness with unyielding love. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red, Alpha Red. When the night seems too long and hope seems so far, look to the skies, we'll see his bright star. With a prayer and a promise, he faces the fight. Alpha Red shines through, the beacon of light. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. So stand tall with courage, let your faith lead the way. With Alpha Red beside us, we'll see a brighter day. For evil may tremble, but never forget, the world is protected by our hero, Alpha Red. Alpha Red. Alpha Red.